Yo, what's up, MMA fans, MMA fanatics? Welcome back to another MMA prediction video. And in this video, I have my notes right here, and it's UFC on Fox in Seattle on December 8th, and this is on Fox, so it's a free card. It's probably looking to be the beastliest card of the year, the best card the UFC has put on in a very, very long time. You got fight one is going to be Mike Swick versus Matt Brown. And Brown versus Swick, I think Swick is going to be one of those dudes coming in there very hungry, because his last fight he came off as a very vicious and very impressive fight. And Matt Brown, he's a competitor. He's always in there. This dude is just one of those dudes that never backs down. Will he ever get a title shot? These two dudes, I don't think so. They're not at that level. But I'm going with Mike Swick for the victory. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think there should be more free fights like this? And what is some fights you really want to see? And next fight is Alex Gustafsson versus Shogun. Alex has been showing a lot in his last fight. He was dominating. He's improved. He's a very good well-rounded fighter. But if Shogun comes in like he did against Forrest Griffin, or he goes in like he fought Dan Henderson, I'm giving the fight to Shogun. You can never count these dudes. This guy saying Shogun is going to beat Alex Gustafsson. Don't you realize he's an old fighter? He's an old-timer. He's not as good as he once was. He's been in those brutal wars over in the Pride. He's going to lose. Come on now. Look what Dan Henderson did to him. Look what John Jones did to him. John Jones fucked him up. Made him look like garbage. Now, Shogun is a beast. Gustafsson, they hyping him up. I think they're throwing him into deep water way too soon. I honestly think this dude is going to get hurt, because if he runs through Shogun, that's going to be a very surprising victory, because Shogun is a killer, a beast, and this dude never backs down for nobody. You got BJ Penn versus Rory MacDonald. So you guys have BJ Penn, the most vicious lightweight ever, versus Rory, who a lot of people are saying is like the new GSP. He's very dominating. He's a really good well-rounded fighter. We've seen what he did to Nate Diaz, threw Nate Diaz around. The only fight he's lost in the UFC, I think, was against Carlos Condit. And he was dominating that fight until the last round. And to be honest, if BJ Penn comes in like BJ Penn does, and doesn't gas out in this fight, and comes out swinging and comes out hungry, I think he can knock him out in the first round. I think BJ Penn has better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, better ground game, just a total well-rounded fighter, just a very well-rounded beastly ass son of a bitch. This dude has some of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the game, some of the best striking ever. The only his problem is BJ's is his cardio. A lot of people say BJ's problem is he trains with the same people and he never improves. And it's not that, it's his Brazilian, it's his cardio. If you don't have the cardio and the gas tank, you're never going to be a beastly fighter, because you're going to gas out. But a lot of times, a lot of people are saying the people who fight up with George St. Pierre play it safe. And they do a game plan thoroughly. They say, okay, we're going to just jab, and that's what they're going to do. And be honest, do you guys think Rory MacDonald is really going to shoot in, take it to the ground, and try to out-grapple the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt? And honestly, he doesn't have as great a hands as BJ Penn, and there's no way he's lighting BJ Penn up like Nick Diaz did. There's no way he's gonna do a Nick Diaz ass whooping on BJ. The only people who has ever beaten BJ as bad as BJ's gotten beaten was St. Pierre and Diaz. There's no other fighter that's gonna compare to BJ getting whooped like that. I'm picking BJ Penn all day, every day. You cannot count BJ out whatsoever. Like I've said in the past, it's going to be Nate Diaz versus Benson Henderson, and you cannot count out Nate Diaz. This dude is a beast. He'll stand and bang with you. He'll take all your shots. No way Nate Diaz is winning this fight. Come on, dude. You telling these people Nate Diaz is going to be the champion. He's going to be, oh, the best fighter ever. He ain't the best fighter ever. Jiu-Jitsu at 155. The only thing is, I think Benson Henderson's going to be moving and doing a lot of leg kicks. He's not going to stand and bang with Nate Diaz. But honestly, guys, in the comments below, do you think Diaz can beat Benson Henderson? And yes, Benson Henderson is a bigger, stronger fighter, but Nate Diaz has a long, lengthy reach. And for some reason, the Diaz brothers love to talk shit and get their opponents riled up. And they somehow get these fighters who normally don't stand there and throw punches and bang, who'll get them up there and he'll just start raining punches and bunches. So, my opinion is, I think it's the Diaz brothers' time to be champion. I think Nate Diaz is the best fighter at 155, and he's finally getting his title shot, and he's going to win this title shot. Am I a Benson Henderson fan? Yeah, he does. He's very athletic. He throws head kicks from the ground. When we've seen him on the ground with Frank Yeager, he actually threw a leg kick a head kick at Frankie and almost hit Frankie. So he does a lot of athletic, like crazy moves. But the Diaz brothers, they're very basic at what they do. They throw a lot of pitter-patter punches that don't mess you up, but they get you aware of them throwing their strikes. And the thing I gotta say is, they'll get you so wild up and get you flustered where you're like, F it, I'm gonna strike with them, and they'll get you up against a cage and rain these punches. They're not necessarily to hurt you, but they're there when they need to, and they have BC cardio. They have the best cardio in the business. They have triathlon cardio, which is better than any mixed martial artist. And I think they have basic jiu-jitsu. They don't do a lot of crazy stuff. They have Nate Diaz is known for his triangle choke. Like I said, Benson Henderson is known for he being kind of elusive and throwing a lot of weird, crazy kicks. I'm going to start doing these series called MMA Breakdown every week when there's a real beastly card like this. And this is UFC on Fox, Nate Diaz versus Benson Henderson, live in Seattle on December 8th. So tune into that. And guys, honestly agree. We need more free fights like this, like real legit beastly card, because this card could easily be a pay-per-view.